Hi everybody, welcome to your introductory video for EDLM 540, Building School Communities. My name is Pamela Richardson and I'm your instructor. I'm also the MELM program head, and I met most of you, all you MELM folks, I met you during the summer residency. We do have two students from the Masters in Interdisciplinary Studies joining us for this course, which is fantastic. So welcome to them. So the purpose of this little video is just to provide an overview of the course. I'll orient you to the course structure, the course purpose. As well, I'm going to do a second part to this video, and I'll talk about the assignments and the readings. So for those of you who don't know yet, we do have a Collaborate session coming up on Wednesday, November 25th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the purpose of that session is to go over all the assignments in detail and to answer any of your questions. So I'm not going to go over them in detail in these videos. Okay. All right, so Building School Communities is a course that focuses on the theory and the practice of building strong and successful school partnerships and school community partnerships, with the overarching goal always to support student learning and student success. So we know that social emotional context and the relational context is essential and a strong driver and motivator of student learning. And so this course will delve into that a little bit and look at how do we actually create that broader context, and how do we understand it, make sense of it, and support it. Okay. So this course really has two halves to it, or two orientations to it. So there's, we're going to be thinking a lot about the school and community context and building those relationships, but we're also going to be thinking about our own learning community here, you in your team, and spending time reflecting on your own capacities and learnings around collaborating and working as a team member, and what it means for you to learn in community. I think we forget sometimes that just like the young people we work with really need those strong relationships to support that learning context, we also need that as adults in our own professional development. And relationships really do, throughout our lifespan, across contexts, support us to be able to move forward in our goals, collaborate, and learn together. So there's going to be the kind of outward-looking piece as well as the inward-looking piece throughout the course. Okay. So most of you have probably noticed already, if you've looked through the course outline, the course schedule, this course has 6 units. We've already started Unit 1 with a focus on our introduction to community building. And really this unit is looking at what is community building, and across contexts. And community is a word that's thrown around a lot. It's maybe one of the most used words in schools: learning community, professional learning community, community. So digging into it a little bit and thinking, what is that exactly? What does that mean? Okay. So that's Unit 1. That goes for a week. Your first assignment is due at the end of the week. Unit 2 is we're going to look at types of involvement, types of communication, types of engagement. And this comes from the Epstein book, which is your core course text. And we'll look at 6 types of involvement and delve into those. Okay? And your second assignment is due at the end of that week, on December 6th. Unit 3 is challenges, quote unquote, challenges to building the school community. And really this is looking at all the different kinds of diversity, because we know diversity can be a challenge, but it's also a huge resource and gift. So I use the word challenge a little bit carefully, but really we're thinking about the different needs that different communities within your school have and different populations within your school have, and then how to engage different groups in different ways. Unit 4 is planning for building the school community. So here you'll be mapping, everybody will be individually mapping the resources that are available for partnerships in your own home learning community. And that will comprise your main individual assignment in the course. So the mapping of your community for looking at the partnerships. Okay? So you'll spend a good part of that unit kind of uncovering and discovering the various assets, as well as some of the barriers and challenges in your community and maybe some of the gaps. Unit 5 is managing and evaluating the school community. So we ask this question: how do we know if we have a successful learning community? What are the qualities that we're looking for? How do we assess quality in our learning community? And Unit 6 is maintaining the school community. So now that you've invested this time and energy into building it, how do we make it sustainable? How do we keep the fires burning for the long term? So that's a little bit about the structure of the course and the purpose of the course. I'll just say a little bit about teams, and then I'll end this little video. So for this course, you're not going to have a choice of who you're working with in your teams. So you've been assigned teams, as you've noticed. And the reason we do this is because just like in life, you don't always have a choice of who you work with. And every collaborative team brings gifts as well as challenges, as it should be. So may your gifts be plenty and your challenges be few, but sometimes some teams are more challenging than others, and that's just the way it goes. So in this course, there will be a focus on learning process and collaborative process. So I really encourage you to put on your reflective lens and to think about your team process and how you're moving forward. And there will be activities, especially in Unit 3 and Unit 2, that ask you to reflect, and Unit 1 with your team charter, obviously, as well, that ask you to reflect explicitly on your learning process together. So I anticipate few problems, but I also encourage you to, if there are tensions that arise and there are different differences that come out, that's something to be explored and worked with, not avoided. Okay, everybody. So that's part 1 of our video. I will do a second little video, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Thanks a lot.